But my biggest shift came, I remember I was sitting at home. I knew I wasn't doing the way I wanted to be doing. And I always tell audiences, man, I wish I could tell you I was doing something crazy profound, like, reading a book on Stoicism, like reading like books on that. But I was like scrolling on Facebook is what I was doing. And I got lucky because that day, nowadays it's way more cluttered. But that day, there was this video from Robin Sharma. Robin Sharma is a really neat guy who does this really cool work and similar but different. But like, he was talking about a message with his dad. And he was like, my dad always told me, like, Robin, like, skip meals, but like, never skip reading. He said, like, read from people, fill your brain, like just the ability to be more positive. And he was combining this with saying, hey, like, if you could rise every morning and join the early risers club. And he was proposing 5 a.m. He said, it will change your life. And I'm like, I'm not doing that great. I don't love where I'm at. But one thing I am is I'm a little bit kind of stubborn. I'll pick something and I'll go at it. And I'm like, I'm going to do it. And so I started to wake up. And one of the very early books was Viktor Frankl's book. And I'll come back to that in just a second. So I tell people I started to read. I got up early and I said, I noticed 2 things. Number one, I was not adjusted to 5 a.m. That was not my thing at the time. And so at the time I had young kids. I would go to work, do my work, and then I'd come home and I'd be like on the rug playing with my kids, like, blocks and stuff like that. And I would just fall asleep on the rug. And I tell her, I have the sweetest wife, but I imagine she was like, you bum, like, get up, take care of your kids. Luckily, I adjusted to that time frame and it became this really cool space for me. The number 2 thing is the reading I started to notice is I started to wake up. And the first thing I did was not touching my phone, not getting in and allowing like technology to first influence my brain. As I started to fill my brain with like some of these amazing people and these ideas, I noticed my brain started to become more positive as I flooded it with it. It was super interesting. I noticed instead of going, I don't have this and that, I started to read about these people that caused me to think differently. And that was a huge step for me. And one of the early ones of those was Viktor Frankl's book.